disgruntledduck.com.
So welcome again, guys. We've got another tank on the workbench this time to review. Another Tamiya kit, another kit that's going to come around just under the £20 mark. This is exciting for me. This is going to be the first British tank that I've built, so this should be quite cool. So let's get inside the box, see what we've got. Right, so to begin with, top of the hull, bottom of the hull. As you can see, it's a fairly large tank, and it's nice that you can pick up a tank this sort of large to build for under £20. So that's quite nice. There's the underneath of the hull, and that sticks up quite a bit as well. That's going to look really nice when it's built up. You see that, some of the detail on it. Again, with these kits under £20, they aren't going to be. There's not going to be tons of model making involved. They're more beginner kits, as you can see. Top of the turret as well. If you're going to be buying a more expensive kit, all of these parts you would expect to come separately and you fit on. I'm not massively bothered, because I do enjoy making these simpler kits as well. It's something you don't have to spend a hell of a lot of time on. You know, I don't mind spending time on a kit that takes me a month or so to complete. But it's a slow process. It's sometimes nice to have something you can just build on a Saturday or Sunday afternoon and get painted and have a finished project over the course of a weekend. You know, something comes together a lot quicker. And I know there's some people out there who are the same way. They don't want to spend so much time, it just gets lethargic with some of the stuff, especially like building the single tracks and stuff like that. And these kits are really great if you just want something out of the box that you can make and be done with in the weekends. So gears and suspension, the suspension, that's all fitted together already again, so that's going to be nice and easy. The only problem with some of this stuff is the benefit you get when you are fitting it separately is you can individually paint these parts before you fit them. However, on this you're going to need to paint these little springs and that in situ. So, you know, some people say it's a bonus, some people say it's a negative, but it is going to improve your painting skills for detail. So I don't think there's ever a negative there. We've got the side panels, we've got some nice rivets down the sides. They're going to show up nicely with a wash. As always, you know, I do love my Tamiya kits. Load of detail in there for a reasonable price. So there, that looks a nice little sprue right there. Some great detail on there. As with the Panther kits, we have these poly caps for the ends, for the bolts that hold on, or the nuts that hold the wheels on. So I'd always recommend with these, and we have a set of rubber tracks, which of course this is what you're going to get with this kind of price kit. Don't expect to get single rubber tracks or anything, but with these I always like to put these, give them a little wash in some warm soapy water, just some household washing up liquids before I prime them. And I always prime these, even if you don't prime the body of your model, always prime these, and I just use like a rattle can of primer for these. Otherwise I've found if you paint them up with acrylics or enamels, you start to bend these when you put them on, and they really the paint starts to crack. Don't seem to have that problem when they've been primed, so it's a little tip for you. Final couple of sprues we have here. So we've got some decals in there. Looks to be about 2 or 3 different vehicles we can make up. There's a little closer look. This is a Cold War era tank, so there's not going to be tons of conflicts actually fought in, but there's going to be a lot of patrol type vehicles, training type vehicles. We've got our wheels there, nothing to write home about, nice detail. We've got our rivets in there, as you can see, so we're going to get a nice bit of depth in there when we start applying our washes. The other external parts of the tank, again, nothing really to scream about. I'm not keen on these ropes. I'm thinking about starting to make my own tow cables anyway. I've seen a couple of ideas that I could use to make these that might give me a slightly better look than these ones. Also, when they're cut, you do get a little bit of flash on the side of these plastic ones. It's very hard to get them looking perfect once you've cleaned that flash off. But you know, it's all skill level, it's all what you're comfortable with. These are still going to look good. You need to put a light to them to get them to curve. So yeah, it's still, you know, I wouldn't say rush out and buy some tow cables or try and make your own ones. Work with what you got, because that's only going to improve your skill level to begin with on these kind of models. Got a figure there of a tank commander. We've got one final sprue just here. We've got a couple more half figures that are meant to sit up in our turrets. Right, we've got, this will be our stowage containers that go on the sides. We've got our gun barrel, it's wrapped in fabric, so that's going to be fun. That's going to look really cool, and they do a good job on that. A lot of washing, some highlights, some lowlights to get that nice and realistic. Got again a couple of tank figures there. Yeah, this is again a lovely little kit. There's quite a bit of plastic. I think this cost me about £19, somewhere around that mark. So that is a hell of a lot of kit for a very little bit of money. In regards to painting this guy, I have seen what we've got in here. It gives a couple of different variants, a very plain one and some camouflage. But I have seen this was out in Germany during the Cold War, and there is a version called the Berlin Brigade. It's like a patchwork city site type camouflage. So I want to have a go at that when I do build this one up. I think I'm going to give it a build up, and then we'll try the camouflage maybe a couple of months time. So yeah, that's the Mk.5 Chieftain British Army tank, 1/35 scale from Tamiya. Hopefully you enjoyed this. I did. I'm really looking forward to building this one. So come check me out for that. And until next time, happy modelling and see you soon.
Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give the video a thumbs up and leave a comment.